Do more feminine women get and retain more attention?
Welcome to /r/dating advice. Please keep the rulish /www.reddit.com/us/dating advice/about/rules/us/dating advice in mind while participating here. Try your best to be kind. Report any rule-breaking behavior to the moderators using the report button. If it's urgent, send us a message https://www.reddit.com/message/compose to =%2fr%2f dating advice. We rely on user reports to find rule-breaking behavior quickly. Thanks. I am a bot, and this action was performed automatically. Please contact the moderators of this subreddit /message/compose/ to =r/dating advice if you have any questions or concerns.
In theory, being more feminine or men being more masculine will make you more attractive to the opposite sex. For instance, women being thinner, wearing makeup, having better fashion, etc. will appear more feminine, and men being more confident, having more muscle, being taller, etc. will seem more masculine up to some point. I'm not sure how you're meeting these men, but if it's through OLD, then your problem might be that your pictures are a bit too good. They don't accurately represent what you look like on a date. That's the #1 reason men don't pursue a second date. Men's evaluation after the first date is mostly going to come down to, did he think you were physically attractive and did you guys have fun? If both are true, then he would probably ask for a second date. If you have no deal breakers or red flags, men aren't that picky early on.
I'm someone who straddles that fine line between feminine and tomboy. I definitely get more attention when I'm wearing a more feminine look. The thing I've noticed is that it's never high quality attention. The attention that I've retained over time is from men who don't seem to care if I'm in jeans and a t-shirt or a tight dress. If I'm wearing all my makeup or none at all. When I was dating, I pray that I never have to again. I used to make a point to wear minimal makeup and concealer because I have hyperpigmentation and some mascara. OLD is a bad place to find genuine men. The good ones are hidden in a sea of Peter Pans at best and abuses at worst. I think it's easy to get discouraged, but that you don't need to change your personality and do something you hate in order to hook a man. First of all, you risk that he won't be the kind of man you actually want. He may be shallower than you realise. Second, he may feel betrayed when you go back to being your authentic self once you're comfortable with him, because you're about to continue doing something you dislike will eventually run out. Being attractive is a skill, as messed up as it is. I used psychology videos to learn about attraction when I first started dating, but it works much better than makeup.
Can't speak for all guys, but personally I tend to appreciate effort. That's not to say that I expect a girl to show up dressed to the nines with professional makeup on or anything, but if I went to meet up with someone on a first date and it seemed like they just rolled out of bed and threw on whatever was easiest to grab from their closet/drawers, I'd be a little put off by that. I know women face more expectations than men do when it comes to appearances, but for the first few dates, whenever I'm going to be seeing someone, I try to at least freshen up beforehand and wear something nice, even if it's casual, put my best foot forward, so to speak. My photos on profiles are kind of spread out between super casual everyday look and suit and tie, so it's not like I'd be seen as misleading regardless of what I wore, but at least I like to indicate effort in the first couple of interactions. You self-describe as a solid 5, assuming this is through a dating app. If your photos are generally nicer ones, we all like to pick our best photos, no shame in that, but you generally don't like to go out in a way that's portrayed. It can be a bit of a turn-off for some. That discrepancy can work against you, doubly because if you're yourself described 6-7 in your photos, it sets the expectation that that's who you are and how you go out and present yourself. Then if you show up once or twice or more without that, it can make it seem like you don't really care /I'm trying / you doesn't even think I'm worth getting ready for kind of vibes. Much of your post comes across as a bit bitter as well. Honestly, it's entirely possible that this has nothing to do with your appearance, but don't really have enough to go on, just trying to throw out some perspectives that may or may not help.
Keep in mind that if you are feminine by nature, you will attract a more masculine man by nature. Those polar opposites have the highest attraction to one another. Hopefully you don't care much about attracting a masculine man though, because if you dress /act more neutral on the spectrum, you will simply attract a man who is also more neutral and probably androgynous like yourself. This is actually backed by science. Usually even when someone looks very masculine but acts feminine, their very feminine partner will begin to lose interest. I used to be a lot more androgynous myself and didn't care to fit into the stereotypical masculine mold due to issues with my father. But I've always been attracted to very feminine women, so after gathering the research, I made a conscious effort to begin dressing more masculine, working out, grew facial hair, embrace more masculine activities. The result? I finally began to attract very feminine women rather than before, where I was attracting androgynous women. Get clear on the type of man you're after and adjust accordingly. Good luck. Being more feminine is definitely a plus. But do it for yourself. It makes you feel more confident, which is also attractive. Keep it simple and to the level you are comfortable with. For me, I wear minimal makeup, but I love pretty dresses and dainty necklaces. My hair is always down. When out and about, I walk with confidence. Try it. It feels great.
I mean, if you talk about people that they got nothing to offer while, they might just not for you then, perhaps your attitude is the problem. Just because someone doesn't fit you doesn't mean they got nothing to offer.
Absolutely not. When it comes to wearing makeup or certain types of clothing, or appearing sexy per se, you can attract more negative attention. Don't change anything about yourself and don't beat yourself up over it. Simply just means you haven't been on dates with the right kind of guys. They exist. I certainly didn't think they did until one day I was introduced to one, but the right kind of guy will like you no matter how you look or dress, and they'll still find you attractive. Dating is hard, but my best advice is don't go looking for someone, let them come to you. Every single time I have attempted to date people, they always fail, but as soon as I stopped looking and just focused on myself and my needs, someone would come along. Without fail every time.
I am a woman that dresses similarly. I never wear anything that shows off my feminine body and silhouette. It is because I notice a lot of sexism when I do so. I actually don't like attention when it comes to my looks. I used to have similar problems and it seemed that no one wanted me. I thought it was because the way I looked, since every other girl who dressed more feminine have had a boyfriend. The problem was actually on the character side of mine. I was not authentic nor feminine. I had built strong walls to protect myself from the outer world, and I was also competing with men trying to be the smartest and funniest person in the room. Men didn't like that. They don't want another man to be in a relationship with, if that makes sense. Now I have had a couple relationships without changing the way I look. I just got in touch with the vulnerable, empathetic and soft feminine side of me. I am more authentic and let people actually get close to me. Maybe this could help you too. Grooming is important, so you should be clean and showered. One option, if you don't like what it does to your skin, is to wear eye makeup and lipstick. As for makeup, so many men say they want a woman who doesn't wear makeup. You might just be one of those people that need to get to know men in an organic, non-dating setting and form friendships first.